And to talk about that, I'm joined by Vice Admiral Shekhar Sinha, Vice Admiral retired Shekhar Sinha. He's the former Chief of the Integrated Defence Staff. Good evening, Admiral Sinha. Thank you very much for joining us on the show. What does Arigat bring to the table when it comes to India's maritime capabilities?
Well, good evening, namaskar to your viewers, and thank you, Paul, for getting me on your program. It's been a long time. India has a no first use policy as far as nuclear weapon is concerned. And therefore, it becomes absolutely incumbent on our part that we should have something to hit back if you are being hit first. We may be having a no first use policy, but the other countries may not have, particularly our Western neighbor does not have the no first use policy. So it is quite possible that in the first use, the nuclear weapon from the enemy, from the adversary, could come and hit some places from where, we may not be able to revert back, give them back in the same point. And therefore, this is what is called the triad of the nuclear, second strike capability, meaning that you can also launch it from ground, you can launch it from aircraft, but the safest and most healthy is the one to be launched by submarine, because you don't know where is the submarine, where will the second strike come from. So this has really added to the strategic value. We already have one. This is the second one, just a little bit more, but I would roughly say 6,000 tons. Almost same number of missile. It's the same missile which is being carried here, and same number of torpedo tubes. But there is also a provision that in case the longer range missile becomes available, then it should be able to carry that long range missile. So I think that having a second strike capability and second submarine, it's a big thing for our country because it gives you a little bit of leeway that in case one of the submarines is due for some servicing or it is in harbor, the second one can remain on task. And as far as the missile ranges are concerned, Amrit, you can fire from anywhere, it will hit anybody, any country. So that way we are quite safe. Amrit.
You say you can fire from anywhere, you can hit anybody. What is the range that we are talking about here, Admiral?
Well, I believe what I see in the newspapers, etc., that, the one we have in Arihant is 750 kilometers. That's what I am told. And possibly the next lot of missiles which will come, the firing, the trials have already been done. If you recall, we had the submerged firing trial of the equivalent of an Agni 5 missile, which has the range anything between 3,500 kilometers to 5,000 kilometers. So if that missile is being put in this, if it is a provision and that missile can be fitted, then you're looking at a very, very long range, Amrit.
Okay. So how far in the sea can you take your submarine? Because it's nuclear powered, it can stay, under the sea for as long, for months. It only the naval personnel need to come up for rations, etc. Otherwise, it can stay. So, is your key concern, that's your northern neighbor, is where especially in the IOR and Indo-Pacific region, does it give you capability there?
Oh, very much. In fact, if you look at our diameter of our the sea, if you stand in southern tip of India and you look left and right, the Gulf of Aden is about 1,600 kilometers, and so is the Straits of Malacca. So we are talking about a full diameter of 3,000 kilometers, and you can have the submarine on one end of the Indian Ocean, and it can still go and hit the adversary in their heartland. So I think it's a very big caliber, and it is primarily meant not to have a nuclear war of it, because they're very devastating. Having a second strike capability is a deterrence that nobody dare do the first strike on you. Otherwise, the results can be very, the response can be absolutely devastating. It can destroy many cities, can destroy many people. So I think it acts more as a deterrence to prevent a nuclear war than to have a nuclear war. Amrit.
All right. Admiral Shekhar Sinha, many thanks for joining us. That's all the time we have for, but always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.